Hello everyone and welcome to Merlin's Manor. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play the solo mode of Wyrmspan. Now if you played Wingspan, there's going to be a lot of similarities, but some things that are going to be different as well. And I'm going to be playing in Ravel mode. There's two different modes you can play on against the Automa. You have the standard, which is going to be showing you how to set up based on these, as well as there's going to be a slight difference in scoring. And the Ravel mode, as I'm going to be playing here, is going to show you how to set up, and I'm going to be using level 2 difficulty, which means I'm going to be using this middle line here to set up the deck. And the deck is going to be set up, basically you're going to look at the bottom corner here, and you're going to use those numbers based on what it tells you to set up there, to set up the deck. And you're going to take one card at the beginning of each round, and it's going to be set aside, so there's only going to be 7 cards per round. Now the rest of the setup goes as such. You're going to set out the Dragon Guild board here, where you're going to put the Automa's color, which is going to be purple for my game here, and your own color, which is going to be green for me. And you're going to set up a random guild here, and you're going to give Automa one of its cubes already on here, ready to go for this board here. It will be able to place these out at certain times on here once they are over here. Another 3 are going to be between each round here, and at most you'll be able to, by the end of the game, have gained 4 of those to place out here. And then over here you're going to set off the other 4 cubes ready to go to score round goals for the Automa. You're going to set up the turn marker as well as 4 random goals, and those are double-sided, and you're going to set them out at a random side as well. And the goals that we're going to be going for in this game are hatchlings on your player mat, dragons with the explore on your player mat icon, large dragons on your player mat, and cached resources on your player mat. And you got the deck ready to go here. Over here we have the cards set up. We have 3 cards drawn, and here is one card that's going to be, you're not going to actually have this card on the mat. It's going to be discarded because it has a comparison with your neighbor. It says if you have at least as many dragons in your amethyst abyss as your left neighbor, gain an amethyst. Any cards that have you compare to your neighbor will automatically be discarded whenever they come up, and you're going to draw a new card because you can't play cards that are comparing to a neighbor against the Automa. You can play cards that say something to the effect of, when you play this card, you gain a meat, and every other player gains a meat as well, or something like that. The Automa just won't gain any resources because the Automa never gains resources in the game. And so we got our 3 cards, dragon cards set up here, and our 3 cave cards set up here. As far as your player board goes, you will get your explorer to put on your base camp, 1 egg, and 6 coins, and have your cubes off to the side ready to be used for the Dragon Guild. Okay, now I'm going to go over the Automa's actions. You're going to draw a card from the top of the deck, and if it's the last card of the round, you're going to look here, and if it has this icon, then you are going to pass and not do anything on that final card. If it doesn't have one like this, then you will perform the last action. So that kind of makes it variable as to whether it will have 6 or 7 actions in a round. The next thing you'll look at is here, as you see this coin. If there's a coin here, you will add a coin to the round goal, and that's going to represent how many for that goal that it has, and you'll add that number to whatever is for that round. For the hatchlings for round 1, it'll have 0 as the base, round 2 will be 0, round 3 will be 1 as the base, and round 4 will be 2 as the base. And so you use that base number for the round, and whatever coins it has there, you will add that together to compare whether you beat Automa or not. And so you see that, you're going to add 1. If you see the X'd out version there, you are going to subtract 1 from there. Then you're going to look at this next section here. This pickaxe says it's going to move along the guild track, and it's going to be based on the least number of caves that you have excavated already on a row. And so if I had, let's say I had 3 on this row, 2 on this row, and there's always going to be at least 1. If I only had this 1 on this row, then I would say, okay, I have 1 excavated on the least amount, then I will go ahead and move it 1. It's always going to move at least 1 because you start out with 1 on each row excavated. If there's another one that has the thing filled in with colors, that means it's going to be the one that you have the most of. Again, if I had 3, 2, and 1, then I have 3 on here. It would move up 1, 2, 3 based on if it was a fully colored in one. We'll see that as we get into the game here. And then you're going to look at this brown space if it's passed or landed on a brown space. And so right now, with that move, it didn't. Let's say it moved 3 on its next turn and landed here. Then it could then look at this, and it would say, okay, it's going to take the second dragon card and the second cave card. Let's again, likewise, let's say it was here. And this card, the middle one here, says that in round 1, it's going to move 2. And so it'd go 1, 2. And then it would look down here because it did pass this brown space, land on or pass it. It's going to get the second card, and it's going to put a cube, if it has one over here, onto the 4th one down that's available. You'll skip any that are covered by other cubes. And so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, it would land on there. It would be blocking me from going there now. Let's say that there were cubes on here and here. If that were the case, then it would have gone, it doesn't count that one. It will count that one because it could go there. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would have landed there if that had been the situation. And that is the basics of how to run the Automa. A very simple Automa to run. And the final thing for the setup is to give yourself 3 dragon cards and 3 caves, and of these you're going to choose 4 to be able to keep, and you're going to discard the other 2. And you can keep those in any combination. You can choose 3 dragons and 1 cave card, or you can do 2 and 2, or you can do 3 and 1, however you want to do that. And I'm going to actually, I've looked through these already, and I've decided I want to keep the 3 dragons and this cave card, and then the others are going to get discarded over there. I'm keeping the Gambling Land Dragon, which it has a when played ability of gaining 2 meat. And then it says each opponent gains 1 meat, but like I mentioned earlier, you ignore that for the Automa. And this one, you're going to pay whatever the resources are here to be able to play it, and you can go only in the red cave. And it's going to get you this many points, which is 3. And it's going to be a large dragon, which may come into play for different things. And it's a playful dragon, which again may come into play for things throughout the game. And it has space for 1 egg. I'm also keeping the Frugivorous Grazer, which requires an egg and 2 milk to play. It gives you 2 points. It's a hatchling, and it can only go in the purple cave. And the hatchlings have these special abilities where you cache something on them, in this case milk, from your supply. And anytime you cache milk, which can be from doing the explore action as listed on here, or it can be from something else that has you cache milk. You cache milk on here, you gain an amethyst. And then once only during the game, if you've cached 3 things on here, 3 milk on here, you can gain 1 coin. When you've cached 6 things on there, you do not gain that again. It's just a one-time for that, but throughout the game, you can continue to cache milk to gain amethyst. And then this dragon here, the Warming Firevern, is going to require 2 meat and 2 gold to play. It can go in either the red or the gold, and it's going to give me 5 points and 2 egg spaces. And then at the end of the game, you gain 1 victory point for each helpful dragon on your play mat. So I'm going to keep these and this card. And then how your turns work is you are going to have 6 coins when you start out each round, and you can save over up to 2 coins for the next round. That is specific to the solo Ravel mode. In other modes and in multiplayer, you can save over as many coins as you want, but in Ravel mode, you can only save over 2 coins at the end of the round if you choose to do so. And you are going to spend a coin to do any actions, and then you spend an extra coin sometimes for some of the dragons that require you to spend a coin in addition as part of the resources. And so you can do any of these actions: excavate, entice, or explore. If you are excavating, that means you're going to take one of your cave cards that's in your hand, and you're going to play it to one of these. Remember, this first one's already excavated. And so let's say if I played it here, I would gain another cave card from these face up or from the face down on the deck there, and move up 1 on the track. And then whenever you move up on the track, you gain whatever you land on or pass through. And so if I were to move up 2 for a reason, I gain the egg and the meat there by doing that. And so you play that for an action and get the benefits on it, and then you have an unlocked space that you can then play a dragon onto in the future. Next is entice a dragon. And to do that, you're going to pay a coin, and you're going to pay whatever resources are listed in the top of the dragon, and you're going to play it into the appropriate cave based on what it has there. And so let's just say I've done these 2 things. And then let's say then I want to do the third action is to explore, and I want to explore this cave up here. I'm going to put a coin there. The second time, if I were to come here again, it would cost me a coin and an egg. Third time, a coin and 2 eggs. And so it gets more expensive the more times you explore that cave. And then you come here, you gain that resource. You'd move on to here. If it had an ability such as that has this symbol on it here, you could then activate that ability if you choose to. This one does not. It's an end game ability. And then you'd come here. You would move up 1 on the track there and gain that resource. And then you'd have to stop here because you see the stop sign. Now, had there been another dragon here, I could have kept going until I found the next stop sign. And so that is how the explore action works. You're going to be basically doing those 3 actions. It's pretty simple as far as how that all goes. And so that is the basics of how to play the game. You're going to have some of your dragon cards are going to have those explore icons on them that are going to give you something every time you activate that row. Some are going to have end of round powers that are going to have this symbol right here. And that's basically at the end of each round, you get to activate those before the end of round goal. You have some, like this dragon here, as I already showed you, has this when played ability, which all caves also have that when played ability. And you have end of game, which is basically usually, I believe it's always end game scoring points or maybe other things. But anyway, those are activated only at the end of the game. Now, if you were to get all the way to the end here and excavate that final cave, you can go ahead and, first of all, in order to excavate anything from this row, it costs an egg. And if you excavate any in this row, it costs 2 eggs. And then when you play, you have the option to one time spend any 3 of the regular resources cards and or cave cards to get 1 coin, which again represents an extra action. You can do that one time by spending any combination of those 3 things. And so when you do that, you will get that coin, and you can choose not to do that. And then when you're going through all of this, if you've unlocked this last section, this row has you cash up to 2 resources from your supply onto any dragons. And again, that can be hatchlings, and when you were to do that on a hatchling, you would go ahead, if it's the right kind of thing, you would get that amethyst for doing that, or whatever is listed on that hatchling. Here you have tucking 2 cards from your hand under any dragons. Tuck cards are worth a point each. And also they may trigger abilities as well. And then here you have discarding up to 2 cave cards from your hand to lay 2 eggs on any of your dragons when you explore to the end of that cave. You will score points also for any cached food on your dragons. You'll score for the dragon points. You'll score for any points on your dragon guild, any points you've gotten from the round goals, any points from endgame scoring for your dragons. There's lots of different ways that you score points, and I'll go over those a little more in detail as we wrap up the game and do the end game scoring. So that is the basis of how to play the game, and we'll explore more detail as we go through. So let's go ahead and get started. We take the first turn of each round. And so I'm going to go ahead and start out by playing a dragon, I believe. I'm going to entice this dragon here. Oh, wait, I forgot one last thing in the setup. You get 3 things. I'm going to do 2 milk, and I'm going to do a meat. 3 resources to start out with. And there we go. And so I'm going to entice a dragon. It's going to be this one. It's going to cost me a meat, but then I'm going to gain 2 meat. And we ignore that each opponent gains a meat. And that is as simple as the first turn goes. Now we flip over for the Automa. And the Automa has, this one's based on, so it's got no coins that are going to be added or taken away. And then based on this, start this in the right place there. Based on this here, it's going to move up based on the most excavated cave. In this case, all of them are excavated 1, so it'll move up 1 just like that. It didn't pass a brown space or land on it, and so we're going to ignore that for this round. And then we take our next turn, which I would like to play my hatchling. So I'm going to entice again, playing the hatchling here for an egg and 2 milk. And boom, just like that, that is done. And now we move on to the Automa's next turn. It doesn't have any coins to take off, so we're not going to be doing that first part. It is going to move up 1 because we still have only excavated a maximum of 1 on each one, and it hasn't passed anything, so we ignore the brown. And now for our next turn, we got to get food. So I am going to, actually, I'm going to excavate. I'm going to excavate now. Placing that there, I get to grab one of these. I'm going to grab this. and that's going to let me go up 1, which means I'm going to get an egg. An egg, you have space for 2 eggs to be stored here, as well as I have 1 space on here, and hatchlings don't store eggs. Okay, so we're going to go to the Automa. Now this comes out now. So the Automa, this symbol right here means that we are going to get rid of all these dragon cards and replenish. Bunch of hatchlings just came out. And then 1 coin is going to go on the round goal. And it's going to move up 1 because it's round 1, and that's what it says it's going to do there on this track here. And it still hasn't passed any, so that goes there. It starts out kind of really slow because based on how much you filled out for some of these actions. And so I'm going to take another excavate action, and in this case, I'm going to go ahead and excavate here. I'm going to gain 2 gold, like that, because I want to be able to play this one here. And so it's going to flip its next card. It's going to refresh the dragons again. All those go bye-bye. Now come 3 new dragons. And then it's going to move. Oh, I've excavated 2 now. So it's going to go 1, 2. It's starting to move up a bit faster at this point. Still has not crossed or landed on one of those spaces. It's about too soon, though. So we'll show you what happens when it does that. And then I am going to entice a 3rd dragon. And it's going to be this one for 2 meat and 2 gold. And it could have gone in either the Crimson Cave or the Golden Cave. And then it takes its next turn, which is going to be adding one of these coins. It's going to move up 2 plus 1, so 3. 1, 2, 3. It just passed there. So now it's going to do what's down here, which means it's going to gain the 2nd dragon card from the row. And it's going to gain the 2nd cave card from the row. Now I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to keep its stuff right there. Out comes a new one. And we're moving into our last turn for the round. And I don't have a lot going on. I'm just going to come here and explore. I'm going to gain a milk because I want to be able to activate this in a future round. I'm going to come here. There's no ability there. We're going to come there. Going to move up and get a meat. And then we're going to move here. No abilities. Move here and gain something. I have no clue what I want to do, especially since those are going to refresh. So I'm just going to get another milk to be ready for that. Not a whole lot to focus on yet. So it's going to flip. And it's going to subtract a coin. And then it's going to move up 1. And then it didn't pass, so nothing activating there. And then I have no more coins. It flips. It does not have the pass icon, so it's going to do its 7th action, which means it's going to move up 1 to there, and didn't pass, so nothing happening for the brown there. And the card that didn't come in earlier is this one. Pretty standard affair there. It would have taken the 1st dragon card and the 1st cave card if it passed. It's got another one of those things. It would have added a coin. So, anyway, so that's what would have happened if that card had come up. And it's still going to have the ability to come up later on. So now what we do is we activate any end of round powers. I don't have any. Then we move here. We're going to move that over to there. We got the refresh all of these cards. That happens at the end of every round. And then we come down here and we gain 6 coins. And you do gain exactly 6 coins regardless of how many are on your board. And if you had any left over, you could add those 1 to 2 to that. So you have a maximum of 8 coins if you'd save 2 coins over. Oh, and you also gain an egg. So now I have 2 eggs. Oh, sorry, you're going to score. Oh, you would have done this first, actually, before you did all that. So you're going to go ahead and see the Automa has 1 hatchling because it's 0 plus 1. And I have 1 hatchling, which means we tied, which means we both get the 4 points, just like that. You have to have at least 1 in order to score. So if I had 0, I wouldn't get second place and get 1 point. I would have gotten 0 points. But I have 1 hatchling, and so did the Automa. You can now remove that. It doesn't matter anymore. Automa has now 2 cubes on here. As we move into round 2, I'm going to make sure I get these shuffled up a little bit more. And let's go ahead and we discard the top Automa card, and we figure out what we want to do for our first turn. Okay, so I'm going to come pay 1 to go through this cave. This first one gives me a cave card. Oh, wait. I meant to get one from here. I want this card because I want to be able to... Right now, don't have a really good engine in this area to gain cards, and so I wanted to get one that would give me some cards. Oh, or do I want this one that gets me 2 of those? I would pass a card. No, let's go ahead and we're going to do this one. I need cards really bad right now. Come here. I can cash a milk from my supply. I will. Anytime I cash a milk, I get some amethyst. And then we come here. I move up 1 here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this dragon. And then that's the stop sign right there. So we come back to base camp. So right now I have this card that I'll hopefully get played out soon. And I have this card that I'll be able to do there. Tell you what, I'm going to put those stacked like that. Okay. So now it's going to be the Automa's turn. And the Automa is going to move 2 because I have 2 excavated caves. Oh, wrong one. It's landed on the brown, so it's going to take... Oh, this refreshes. It's going to take the 3rd dragon, and it's going to take the 4th spot on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can no longer claim the gain 1 point for each of those on my playmat, which is a shame because that seemed like it was going to be a lot of points if I could have claimed that one. Okay, let's go ahead and... I can't quite play a dragon right now. Oh, this comes out. And that comes out. Oh, let's go ahead and do the excavate action. And where am I going to want to excavate? That's a helpful dragon, which goes along with this. It can go in any cave, though. I think I'm going to excavate this one. Yeah, let's excavate this one. It's free still. It doesn't cost an egg. And then when I play that, I get to get 2 cards. I'm going to grab this card. And... seems like a really powerful ability. Yeah, I'm going to grab this card. Outcome. Okay, this is a comparison one, so it gets discarded. Now I got 3 dragons. Okay, so it's going to take 1 if it had one. There is none. And it's going to move up 3. 1, 2, 3 to there. And then my next action is to play... No, I can't play that yet. I guess I'm going to come up here. And I'm going to gain a food, which is actually going to be amethyst. Then I'm going to come here, then here. That goes there. I'm going to grab this one. That doesn't come out yet. And here I get 1 more resource. I'm going to make it a gold. And then back to base camp. And that refills. It's going to add a coin. No, not from my supply. And it's going to, for the second round, move 1. And then it didn't pass anything, so boom. I'm then going to come and entice a dragon. The dragon I'm going to entice is this one. Paying 2 amethyst. And it has the power to lay an egg on here. So this one, we are going to reset the dragon cards. It's going to get a coin. And then it's going to move up 1 space. And it's going to get the second dragon. And it's going to put a cube on the second one of these. So boom. And what is this one? Dragons with the explore action on the player mat. It has 3 right now. 1 base, and then 2 for the coins, so 3. I currently have 1, 2. Potentially have 3 if I played this card. But I just realized I'd rather play this card down here. I won't be able to get that done this round. I may just have to get second in that one if it doesn't work out. I'm going to excavate. And I'm going to excavate this space. I get 2 on here. One's going to get me an amethyst. And then the other one, I get to put a cube out. Oh, that might change things. No, I think I'm going to steal the 6 points. I was tempted to get the coin and 2 of those, but I think I'm just going to go to the points. Oh, and for excavating there, I had to pay an egg to do that. Because this column causes you to pay an egg. Oh, this was supposed to have come out. So it's going to do this again. And then it's going to move on this track. 1, 2, 3, I think. Yep, 1, 2, 3. And it passed the brown, so it's going to take the first dragon card. And it's going to cover up the third. Oh, wait, no, it's not, because it doesn't have a cube on there yet. Saved by the bell. Okay. What am I going to do for my last action this round? I cannot play the Northern Drift Dragon because it requires a coin and I only have 1 coin. I'm going to save my last coin for the next round. So it's going to do its next turn. It's going to take 1 off of here. And it's going to move forward 1. And that's it. And then it's going to move its last turn. It does not have a pass icon, so it will do it. It's going to move 2. And it still didn't cross, so nothing there. Okay, so where are we at over here? I do not have any end round abilities. It has 2. And I have 1, 2 as well. So we both tied there. Man, if I'd done that one thing, I would have had an extra one. I should have gone here and done that instead of the points. Oh well. Off goes that. I get 6 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll be starting this one with 7. These are all going to refresh. It's going to get this. We refreshed. Gain the 6 coins. Gain an egg. Into round 3. Large dragons on your playmat is the goal for the round. And there are large dragons out there, but that one doesn't really do me any good. That would allow me to gain 2 milk. Wouldn't be terrible. Sure, I want to do that though. Well, I want to entice a dragon to here. And then when I entice him, it's going to cost me an extra coin. And its ability is pay a card or one of these cave cards to gain on that track. It's going to add a coin to the large dragon. It starts out with 2 because it's the 3rd round. Now it has 3. And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3 plus 1 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to gain the second dragon and the second cave card because it did pass the brown. I'm going to come here. I'm going to gain one of these cards. And I'm really hurting for getting cards. So I think I'm going to grab this one that gives you 2 cards. Come here, cash a milk, get an amethyst. Come here, lay an egg on there. I'll just put them down here so you can see what they all are. And then gain another one. And do I still want to play this card? Yeah, I do. So I'm just going to gain any old card. Because when I come here, I'm going to pay it to gain 1 on here, and I get an egg, which I will put a red egg on there. Let's be thematic. And that's for the bonus from here. And then we come here, I get to lay another egg. And so let's go ahead and one of these purple eggs on here. And new these come out. It's going to take a coin. It's going to move up 1, 2, 3. It's going to get dragon number 1 and cave number 1. Up come the new ones. I'm going to excavate this column here. It's going to cost me 1 egg. I gain 2 cards. I gain this one. And gain 1 from the top of the deck. Oh, if it would go down here, but it doesn't. I have 2 shy dragons in that cave. It would have given me 4 more points. Oh well. So, this one here says it's going to move forward 2 spaces. Oh, that's not it. 1, 2. And it moved from the brown, not to or across it, so nothing there. And then I'm going to try and play a large dragon just to have an extra large dragon now. It's going to acquire... Oh, I have what I need too. So, entice. Oh wait, I can't entice yet because I don't have the space. Oh, I meant to put that there. That's where I meant to have that. There's no reason to keep going out there. So yeah, entice. Boom and boom. Gain 2 milk. Going to reset the dragon cards. That one gains you 2 coins, but it's only worth 2 points. Okay. Add a coin. Moving 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend a coin and an egg to come down here. I guess I'll put it on the board to show that I spent it. Let's do this one, I guess. Come here, cash milk, get an amethyst. Now, because it's the 3rd time that I've cashed milk, I also get a coin for doing that. Here, I move forward 1, get a gold. Move here, lay an egg. Move here, gain a card. I'm just going to see what this one winds up being. Pay 2, then draw 1 from the deck and immediately play it for free. I can pay, I think I'll pay this card here to gain 1, which actually gets me a card. Let's do the Swift Lung Dragon, why not? It's going to give me some extra abilities, and it's a helpful dragon. Come here, lay an egg. Let's do it there. And back to base camp. Okay, it's going to move up 1, 2, 3. It did pass the brown, so it's going to grab... This comes out first. It's going to grab this card. And it's going to go to the 4th. 1, 2, 3... 4th. It's going to take the 3.1. 3 amethysts. I need meat. All things I need meat the most. So, I'm going to come up here. Come here, I'm going to get a meat. And I'll go ahead and get an amethyst, because right now that's what I need. That's going to give me an extra coin. Oh, sorry, that was the... I jumped ahead of myself for a second there. I was grabbing the resource. Then we're going to come here and lay an egg. Whatever, just put it there. Back to base camp. It takes 1 off, and it's going to move 2. 1, 2. I need to excavate a cave. Oh, this is supposed to be filled in. So it's going to cost me 2 eggs. 1, 2. Filled in 2. I'm going to gain a card. Gain that one. And lay an egg. Oh, and I can pay 3 resources for a coin. Get rid of 2 amethysts and this card. To be able to get an extra coin. I think this is going to work out. And it has the pass icon, so it will not take the last action of this round. Okay, so I'm going to play this dragon here. So come here to entice. It's going to cost me a meat, a gold, and an amethyst. I'll gain 4 if there's another helpful dragon in this column. I plan on having one right there. Got one last action that I could take this round. Let's go ahead and come here. I'll pay 2 eggs. So I can come here. I'm going to gain... I'll put 2 eggs here, I guess. Gain one of those. It's supposed to come back out. Come here, cache a milk. Get an amethyst. Come here, I go there, get a milk. Oh, lots of milk. Lay an egg on this dragon. Come here and I can pay. Oh, I forgot to grab that. Pay one of these. Yeah, I'll pay that to go up 1 more. Ooh, why not? Gain a coin. And 2 of these. Come down here and lay an egg. Boom. That was a rather good turn. And now I have a coin left again. I think I will go ahead and come here. Spend an egg as well. To gain resources, what do I need? I need meat. I come up 1 on there, I get an egg. Come on up on there, I get a meat. And then I come here, I'm going to get a gold. Come here, I get an egg. Come here, I cache up to 2 from my supply onto any dragons. I don't know that I need the milk in the moment. So yeah, I'll put a milk there and get an amethyst. I need the amethyst right now, so I don't think I'm going to do another thing. I need meat, amethyst, gold. I need all this supply. So I'm only going to do the 1 for that ability. Although, I could come back and get that next round. You know what? No, I'm going to go ahead and cache an amethyst on something. Let's just toss it on here. Okay, that's the end of the round. These will get shuffled up. I have the most large dragons, I believe. We got 2 for there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it beat by a bunch. I claim top. And it claims second. And draw 1 card off. So, do I have any end round powers to activate? I do not. That will come there. We're going to reset these cards. That compares to your neighbors. That goes away. Gain 2 for each large dragon on your player mat. I have an idea. So we get 6 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All the rest go away. All these eggs go away. I gain an egg. which I will put there. I like to excavate a cave. I like to get that dragon. We're going to pay 2 eggs and a coin coming to the excavate. To go there, we get a dragon card. I'm grabbing this card for sure. Moving up 1 there. I get to grab another dragon card. Yeah, let's grab that one. Out come the new dragons. It would have lost a coin, but there's none there. And it moves up 3 because it's the 4th round. 1, 2, 3. And what does it say? It says it gets the 2nd dragon and the 2nd cave card. Oh, when I did this, I meant to pay 3 resources to get a coin. Let's do these 3 resources. 1, 2, 3 to get a coin. So now we got to go here. Oh wait, no, not those. Wait, I don't need this extra cave. Okay. So I'm going to come here. So I can go here and gain some gold. Come here, I come forward, and it's a really powerful one, but in the moment I'm not sure it's what I need. So I think I'll gain that one. Come here, gaining another resource. I need meat. Gain an egg. And I'm not going to cash anything from my supply. Well, actually, I should have, instead of gaining a meat earlier, no, gold. Instead of gaining a gold earlier, actually I should have gained a milk, because then I can cash a milk and get an amethyst. A little bit better. A little bit better. And then it's going to cross off, which it doesn't need to. And then it's going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for my turn, I'm going to excavate this space to get 2 of these. And then for its turn, it's going to move forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to get the 3rd dragon card. And this should have already been out. And for the second thing it's going to do, it's going to put it on the 4th space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I forgot to pay an egg when I excavated there, so let's just pay an egg. Okay, I'm going to entice a dragon. It's going to be this dragon, which is going to spend a meat and 3 of those. I gain 2 coins. Boom. And it's going to add a coin. Cash resources on your player mat. It starts out with 5 as its base. Now it's at 6. And then it's going to go 2 forward. Boom. Okay, I'm going to play this dragon. It's going to cost Tice coin plus an extra coin. Plus 1 of each of these. It's worth 6 points plus an extra 2 for each large dragon on my player mat, max of 8 points. Which I believe I have it maxed out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, it's maxed out. Then it's going to move forward 2. And it's going to draw the 3rd dragon card. It's out of cubes, so it won't place on here. Now, I need to figure out how best to get these dragons down. Across that, I'll get an amethyst. I feel like I've got to come up here, pay a coin and an egg, go up 1 here and get an amethyst, and then I can gain another resource. Oh, I didn't gain a first resource, did I? First resource is going to be a milk. Second resource is going to be gold. Lay an egg. No, actually, instead of the milk, I'm going to get a meat, because I don't have time to do all that. Yeah, no reason to do that. If I did that... No. I got an idea. Hopefully this will work out. I I get the milk like I said, and I cast that milk on here to get an amethyst. I feel like this is going to work. Okay, it's going to reset the dragon cards. It's going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to come here, spending 2 eggs, gaining a meat, going up, putting our cube here. I can pay this to then play a dragon from my hand for free on top of another dragon. I'm just going to do that. Actually, at this point, is it worth it? Or do I just take the point at this point? No, I'm just going to take the point at this point. It's not really worth it. Actually, the same thing. Then I come, boom, boom, gain a milk, lay an egg. I can cache resources. I'll cache that on there and that on there, because why not? Give me another amethyst. And it's going to pass for its final one. And then I am going to entice one last dragon. It's going to be this dragon here, which I am going to be playing here for these 3 resources. You can activate any abilities. I think it's just going to be gaining an egg here for that. Okay, so we go into the final round stuff here. I don't have any end round abilities. We're going to score for bonuses here. So I got 5, 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I win that one. Automa gets 2nd place. Now I'm going to add up the scores and see who won. Okay, so first we've got markers on the Dragon Guild. And so I've got 6, 7 points. Automa's got 3 points. Printed on dragons. So I've got 3 plus 5 is 8, 12, 16, plus another 11 is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 36 total. So for the dragons here, for the Automa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 times 7 is 70. From endgame abilities, I get 1 for each helpful dragon. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 2 for each large dragon. We've got enough to make it 8. So that's 6 and 8, 14. I got this one up here. It gives me an extra 4 because there's another helpful dragon in that column. That's 18. And I'm just going to go ahead and add up her cave cards right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 per egg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 per cash resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 per tucked cards. I didn't get any tucked cards. Public objectives. I've got 4 plus 5 is 9. Plus another 6 is 15. Plus 7 is 22. Automa's got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. From remaining coins and items, you get 1 per coin. I don't have any coins left over. Or 1 per 4 of these. I only have 2 things left over. So I don't get any points for that. Now for the Automa, each step beyond this, so she gets 1, 2, 3 points there. And so here's what we got. Let's add them all up. Okay, so it looks like I lost by 2 points, 100 to 98. Very close game. Had I been a little more forceful on this goal, did things in a different order, I would have actually won that one and won the game, because it wouldn't have changed anything else in the rest of the game if I just done that differently. I also should have gotten 1 more resource cached over here earlier. I wasn't planning ahead very well because I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. Could have gotten me 1 more point, but that still would have been 99 to 100. So I had a few things I probably could have done better there at the end and earlier in the game. But anyway, close game. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be sure to add any edits if there was anything I forgot to do or anything like that, anything I missed. I'll add edits ahead of time or else update the description. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to see more videos, and I will catch you in the next one.